going to get some overtime pay.
All right.
Shannon, I don't think that's a possibility. Somebody needs to tell him that he's child labor. I think.
Yeah, unpaid child labor at that.
Charles, how are you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
It's Friday night. Feeling all right. About to jump off in Guitar Safari land because shit happens to a man.
Mm-hmm. Stuff does happen. Life can be interesting, and you never know what's around that next corner. But we'll start by welcoming everybody in, right? And as always, first one in our chat, Herb of Fireside Studios. And he was followed by Internationally Insane Studios and Paul McNeary and all the cats.
All the cats.
A guy named Presley California Customs was in the chat for a while messing around.
I was telling people that we might send out the link just to have Rando stop by. Because we're just who knows? Oh, dude. Yeah, man. We got Ben here hanging out already. I feel like it's family time on a Friday night.
Definitely. We got Ben is here and Randy Crooks is here and Ryan Hall, Keith H. Let's see. I know there was a couple other names. I know that Martian Murray is here.
When I tap my arms like that awkwardly, Charles, that's for octopus ears. Because he has awesome matching. I don't know if they're exactly matching, but they're very symmetrical tattoos, which I have matching symmetrical tattoos. They're different colors and all that. So I can appreciate that. You've never seen me. People that have known me for a long time, when they first see me at the pool or the lake or wherever it is that they first see me with my shirt off, they're kind of like, they used to react kind of like, oh my God, like you look kind of like your body's all covered. You kind of look like a NASCAR. I've been, because I have way more tattoos than you would think, but then I did them all to where when I wear a t-shirt, for the most part, you can't see anything, but there's a ton on there.
There you go. We've got our buddy Cushman NYC, and we've got Ferd Burful.
Burful
is in the chat, my buddy from Texas. And Michael Krause had the question of the day. He said, is this where all the cool kids are hanging out? And I told him, you know what? Now that you're here, it is.
Hey, Michael, so here's the thing, and this is to all of our followers, that some of them have a lot. Like Ben, for instance, 5,000 followers, right? We've had Tony stop by, 20,000 followers. We've had other people, OU81, all you guys are big time to me. I'm 123 followers. So yes, I think this is kind of where the cool kids hang out, because when people that have 123 followers are hanging out with all the coolest people out there, it's kind of cool, right? It's like this. It's the underground spot where Ben hangs out. Anyway, guess what I'm saying? I'm giving props to the wizard.
We're one of the best kept secrets.
We're one of the best kept secrets. Oh, look, Todd Presley. I got this is my brother, big brother Todd, the owner of the SG, which I got back hair, back piece that has a wings and an eagle. He's lying. He doesn't actually have wings and an eagle, but I'm going to take up on that and say he should definitely get that, like screaming eagle across his back that says Sonoma.
There you go. Sorry. But our buddy Wayne McConnell's here, and I saw Hit Metal Works made his way in as well. And we'll see, our buddy Symmetry is here, and Octopus Ears is here as well. Octopus Ears has a show that he is going to start, I believe, Wednesday mornings. So
Wednesday mornings at what time?
I forget what the time was. I think it was about 10 o'clock your time, I believe, in the morning.
Okay. All right. Well, I can definitely catch the replay, but I have a lot of vacation days. As soon as we get into Thanksgiving time, or November, I mean, it'll be my school job has a lot of holidays, right? But one of the reasons why we're here, and if people can chime in about like having to work really hard to get by in the current times, right? Like it used to be you could have one job and not even have a side hustle. you could just kind of get by and like we were all succeeding. But now it's like gas came up and then groceries, dude. I started going to get groceries and like, man, I guess I don't need to eat anymore because everything is really expensive. When you just try to go shop, it's like 30% more than it was a year and a half ago. And so all that stuff. So I looked at everything in the guitar market for me in general and just said, I need to get another job. So I went out and yeah, man, if I'm going to do something, I got to do something I love. So I applied to be a music teacher at a little place that's they're corporate. They're huge, but they're here in California and they are a song-based rock and roll school to teach kids to be rockers.
There you go.
So that's going to keep me busy on Sunday mornings.
So hence the time change, right? So we won't be able to do a Sunday morning show, but we'll be here Friday night, 6 o'clock Pacific. Figure out.
Goes off, go get a sandwich, get whatever, chill back in, and then when you're ready to just really hang out for Friday night, come and chat with us for an hour because we keep it quick. We got an hour. We're not trying to like keep you here for 4 hours because we know that you're probably getting in trouble for that. Yeah. That's not easy to do.
Let me welcome in a couple more folks. We got Bonkers in the chat. We get Guitar Man 45. And I really just don't want to leave anyone out here.
Bonkers. Oh, wait, hold on.
Fucking Believables in the chat. Welcome in. Rico.
Welcome. Cap. Rico B.
All right, so I think we've caught up, and if we've missed you, apologize. Just trying to cover everybody. So life deals you these things, right? You go ahead and you go get another job, and we have to kind of figure out something new, and hence the Friday night. Just a little thing, I will be doing a Sunday show this Sunday with Ben Coombs as a guest host with me. Just to kind of announce it to the folks that didn't make it here tonight, and we appreciate having so many people here tonight. 26 with us so far, and so that's just crazy when we just changed it and didn't even put up the thing till this morning. So
I appreciate people hanging out because it's like, man, I really want to hang out with the family, and I didn't necessarily want to go and get another job, right? And if at some point in my life the things change down the road and it's not, but here's the thing. I can ride my bike there, which is key. Like I don't like to drive my car. I can ride my bike, right? So that's key. And it's literally walking and doing the same thing I do, teaching kids that want to learn to be rockers how to be rockers.
How can you not have fun doing that, right? I mean, how can you not?
I'm just gonna say, all right, kid, just look at me, be me. I'm just kidding. I consider myself like I'm a dork. I know who I am. I'm not ashamed who I am. That's being a rocker, right? I ride my silly e-bike to work with my helmet that is a really safe helmet, which is why I kept it, but it's kind of this rust-colored pink, but it is kind of pink looking, and I look a little bit silly. But if you're a rocker, you adopt that because you're like, yeah, that's my helmet. What's up? That's my pink helmet. Which sounds like a name for a very disgusting rock band.
Actually, kind of it intrigues you about what kind of music it would be, right? Pink helmet.
Pink helmet. Do you remember Helmet? The band Helmet? They were Drop D when they introduced me to the powers of Drop D. Who remembers Helmet? And what was that song that was chromatically descending? It's going That's exactly how it sounds. You should get Sherman. What should I do to Sherman? You should get Sherman painted. So I've had Sherman for so many years. I worked on the movie Peabody and Sherman when I worked at DreamWorks, and he was around me. And then he came up onto my desk and he taunts me. You must do better. But I've been doing so. Oh, I didn't even tell you this. I told this to Ben when I wired this up because I used to wire guitars up every day. I would wire up 4 or 5 guitars a week. And it'd been a while. When I wired this baby up the other day, I did the, I took it from just one volume, one tone, right? Mm-hmm. And it's pretty easy to wire up, but it's all point to point, and it's a 5-way switch. And I plugged it in and tried it, and it was right on the first try. Except for I didn't like the sound of the middle pickup, which I'm going to fix that later. But what do you think? Internet of the Purple Rain is what my wife called it.
I'm telling you, it has come together rather nicely.
I'm going to get a plug for the for that thing too. There's a plastic plug on the way. This thing is, and it's really compared to the blue one. I was going to chat with you about that. I think that this blue one, dude, I might have to pull the neck off of it and build the neck onto something else. Get like a very light. I think one of the reasons why this guitar is so heavy is that the neck is also heavy, because this neck is light, and even with the sparkle body, it's not as bad. It's certainly not egregious. It's pretty good.
So Herb is asking if that's a roasted maple neck or is it just tinted?
It is roasted, and they did tint it to make it to bring out the. But dude, for the price, Herb, you buy some guitars that are in the level of, you can buy the amount of all the pieces that you need from Guitar Fetish, but then you need a bunch of tools. And you have to watch a bunch of videos, but you can totally do one of these. They're just frustrating the first 10 times you do them, because you're going to make mistakes that you have to learn how to avoid. And then the way that you avoid those mistakes is by painstakingly doing each one of them on like a checklist, and then like following the stay calm. It's like, Charles, you're so good at this, like on your builds and stuff, staying calm and smooth as you like. Do you actually say roll glue on, glue off?
Glue no, on. I am kind of perfectionist in what I try to do, and so if it's not going right, I know enough that I need to walk away, or it is going to go horribly wrong. Right, and so so that it's just how I work. If I'm not feeling it, I have to walk away.
Yeah, man. If it's not gonna happen, you really need to.
But there is a lot of love for that Purple Rain in the chat. Rico is saying that Purple Metal Flake is awesome, and of course, Brother Ben has an idea for that empty spot in the pickguard. Rather using a plug, he says a Tessie switch will go in that hole nicely.
That's true. He did say I could just leave it and not use the 82-cent plastic plug. Oh, I guess what he's saying is, hey, man, you don't need to wait that much longer. Send it on up. But, man, I'm greedy. I want to play this thing for a little while. It's going to sound hella good. It plays good already, and it's still not done. String trees and a few more final things, and then always, as you dial them in, you make sure they're good. But I'm making it very classic Stratty. I want the pickups to be almost like a 60s Strat, although it looks super flashy. It's going to be very classic. You're going to have some 60 cycle through your tubes, but like, he can cure that. He knows what to do there, but it's going to sound so pure and good that it might become his number, 1, 2, or 3. Probably not his number 1 because of family endearment or stuff like that, but it'll be up there because you played some guitars that I worked on.
They look great. But so there are a couple things that are going on here. Internationally Insane Studio wants to know what kind of pickups are in that Purple Rain.
Bartolini single coils. Bartolini, old stock, so not new old stock. So I had the privilege of helping to clean out the Bartolini warehouse when they closed it down. Actually, it was already closed down when they kind of cleaned it out in Livermore, California. And my hard labor was paid for partly in, hey, here's some pickups. Yeah. And so it's been a journey making the right. Some of them came in sets that were done and easy, and then other ones you had to kind of put together and figure out. First is, of course, test test them, find out where they land, and then put the sets together accordingly. But then sometimes you got to try different ones.
And Unbelievable saying it needs a white pick guard, and that's the beautiful thing about this piece.
You know, Unbelievable. I can build you one with a white pick guard.
No, but that's the thing, though. You know, we all have these things that speak to us, right? Whether it be a color or how something looks together, and you know, and your preferences, and that's what keeps everybody getting sales. Right?
Actually, it's funny you say that because I did send Ben a picture of because we had talked about what the vision was. Because anyway, so purple and black, right? And I dig it. Mm-hmm. So, but I did, when I got the body, I put up a mother of pearl white pick guard on it. And oh my God, it looked really, really good. I know Costco is selling Christmas stuff already. You're growing a beard. Yeah, actually, Charles, that's, talk about a second job, right? Maybe that's going to be Charles's second gig. You know,
I liked Rico right up until then.
I would do that job if I was single, because I heard that that's how you meet the ho-ho-hos.
See, Ben's telling my secrets now, right?
Hey!
Every once in a while, it's not really true because well, it is true, but it is kind of changing because more of that got left in on the last Warlock video.
Right. Maybe. Oh, my dogs! They're gonna attack.
Thank you.
Kill somebody tonight. Hey, do you think in a couple minutes would people want to see a unboxing of a new project?
I would bet with this crowd, it'd probably be a good idea.
Because here's the thing. Let's ask, what does everybody think I've been addicted to lately as far as builds? Recently, what have I been just doing so much of, right? Okay, hold on. Can't stop myself. Ordering them.
Hello, Doug Strong. Welcome in, buddy.
Boop, boop, doop, da, doop, doop. Okay.
And Dwight Bailey saying hello to everybody.
What up, Dwight? What up, Doug?
And Unbelievable saying he doesn't need another purple guitar. He has a Framus.
No gummies.
And it's you should. This guitar is absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
I'll let you know when I'm ripping and roaring. So, hey, I've been addicted to gummies. No, I'm just kidding. I have been addicted to sparkle finishes, as we all know, right? So, I saw this in the catalog, and I have had good success with Burgundy Mist.
Josh.
So, what up, Josh? Burgundy Mist, right? So, I had good success with Burgundy Mist before, and so are we ready? Let me show you
Oh my!
No, it's a little pink, a little flashy, right?
A little,
just a little bit. But here's where I'm going.
Ooh.
All right.
I like the card, yeah.
All right. And we're going flame roasted maple neck, very much like this one. Okay. Except the other one I got didn't have quite the flame, but it had a good streak in
it. That is funny.
And so then we're doing the mother of pearl, and then everything else on this baby is, of course, you gotta go gold. You gotta go gold. So this is a big baggy. Oh, and maybe you guys noticed that the pickups on that baby were humbucker because I'm building a Les Paul. It's just a Strat-shaped Les Paul is what it is. It's going to be two. Did you see that gleam off that baby? These are old stock, but I have the peel, the plastic still on them, so they're going to look great. Bartolini's, and they are splittable. I would be splitting these and probably doing a mini toggle, so you can go clickety clack and do single coils. I've split.
Guitar Man 45 is in with us today, and he pulled out his old Carvin SC90 with his Floyd today. Oh, and I bet he just had an absolutely great time with it.
Oh, of course. How could you not? SC90 with a Floyd.
Yeah, there's some love for that hardware in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, whole bag of gold, right? And so that bad boy is going to be coming within a couple of weeks. But you know what? Here's the thing: the guitar market's way down as far as how it has been for me in the past few years. I'd sell 2 a month. It's been less. A lot of what's that? AEW. What's AEW?
I'm not sure.
AEW. Is it Alan Eden?
It might.
Clarify, Terry.
Let us know, Terry.
Because we respect you. He had his way with it. Guitar Man. What is it?
It's Blue Quilt. That Carvin, Blue Quilt.
Ooh, neck through.
Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful. Yeah, man. So I got this Champagne Sparkle coming down the road, but I'm doing hardtail. Another hardtail.
There you go.
I mean,
well, hardtail kind of is your thing, right?
Well, also a Les Paul. Most Les Pauls didn't have a trem, so I'm going for the Les Paul tone in a super sparkly body.
So AEW was wrestling.
Wrestling. Dude, here's the problem with wrestling. I had an older brother who was 3 years older than me and big and strong. I think he may be still here. And as a kid, my mom, I think we were 8 or 9, my mom bought us for our birthdays, which are kind of close together. He's September 27th. I'm October 29th. So sometimes she just buys us stuff. Here's for your birthdays. Wrestling mats. All right. That's not a very good birthday present for a younger brother. Let me just tell you. Because I became the wrestling dummy. Okay. I learned how it felt to be held upside down and dropped back in a hammered death drop. So parents, don't buy your kids wrestling mats. It's terrible.
So is there anything in the unboxing of the box? Is there anything more in that box?
Well, I mean, so we did this. These are vintage tuners, vintage style. Poke them down, wrap them around. I think they're poke them down, wrap them around, need string trees. It's cool. I'm gonna do string trees on it because it's gonna look flashy vintage. So this is what I was telling you. I had to order separately the day after because I didn't do my own checklist. And Charles and I were joking about having a checklist to remember to do your fucking checklist.
We need checklist.
So this cost me $17 instead of like $6.95 for the back plate. So there's the back plate. You need that to build a guitar. I just went with the bridge. Thing about the bridge on this one is it's very inexpensive, but it's very good quality. It comes with this black, which I don't hate. But I mean, I guess I like the black better than if it was chrome. I guess I'll tell myself that to feel better. And then I have these Bartolini's that I showed. I have 2 of them, and they're called BAFs, Bartolini Applied For. They're like a PAF knockoff, and they're so good. I've got actually a set set up right now if people wanted to hear, but it would be via room mic through my PV Classic, but they sound really good. And then you need to have this. It's the output jack. Strap buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to order a bag of pickguard screws, or you're going to be pickguard
screws. It's very important.
And then ferrules for the back that have to go in. You know, on these, they make the vintage ones that are. Let me just hold it up here since we're going deep. We're going deep dive. These ones here have this edge around them, right? Like that ferrule edge around them. They make ones that'll just fall right in, and you won't have. You can just put them in and tap them in, and there's no edge around the outside. I kind of wanted those, but they weren't available. Mm-hmm. I like that look when they go all the way in the hole. But, anyway, I'm not even going to go there with that.
Well, Seth, in thinking about all the different things that you were talking about, right, with having that change and taking the job. So when you get thrown those curveballs in life, what is your way of dealing with that? And in the chat, go ahead, throw in the chat. How are you dealing with things? Like for me, for example, when I've got challenges come my way and I'm trying to figure it out, it's always for me, I come home and I throw on Dark Side of the Moon. Oh, and I know for the rest of my family that, especially if I'm playing Brain Damage, you might want to leave you.
There's work getting done. For me, that's funny. For me, it's Faith No More, the real thing. Like this, because that was at the guitar store. If I was going to, there's probably 500 guitars out there that have been set up during me playing that album, and they're all killer setups because it's like you're in the mood and you're just such a good album. So good. Do you listen to Faith No More, Charles?
Sometimes it's not one of my go-tos, but it's something that I enjoy when I listen to. Right?
How about Stone Temple Pilots?
Yeah,
Stone Temple Pilots is I said heavy metal and people freaked out. It's hard rock with jazz chords, and it's so good. Like they're so much deeper than the power chord, right? And they were doing it a long time ago. Thank you guys for checking out my. So I didn't get ridiculed for doing Burgundy Sparkle. That's awesome because I thought it was freaking fantastic looking. I have this Burgundy Telly that isn't. It's just a metallic.
Mm-hmm.
But
nice.
I like that, but I like this.
Yeah, you can definitely see that in that.
And I do like this with but I'm going to go the same kind of look to Humbucker. But I'm not going to mess and do a custom pickguard. This is custom pickguard. This is for Guitar Man 45. He just hasn't ordered it yet.
Well, Jay Santiago says Red by 12 Foot Ninja is his theme song.
Nice. So he can get shit done. If that's on, don't come and knocking.
Mm-hmm.
Because Papas are working. Right. Yeah. That's awesome. Mm-hmm.
So what does Ben do? What does Ben do when stuff's hitting the fan, and how does he deal with it? Coombs, what do you do?
Mm-hmm. So here's what I've kind of done is that when shit's going down, well, even before it's going down, like for me, it's like the obstacle is the way, right? The thing that I don't want to do that's in my mind is probably the number one thing that I need to do. And as soon as I tackle that, then, and sometimes I'm not gonna say like, sometimes it takes me a long time to get there to actually do that. But once you've started that rolling down of doing the thing that needs to be done the most that you don't want to do, then other stuff comes around being easier. And I don't always live up to my own talk. But recently I had to, because I came looking around. I was like, man, if I don't do something, ends ain't gonna meet. I need to just be, can't be sitting at home. You have to be active, and you have to push, and you have to, if I want to be the ruler of my local guitar and hopefully beyond local guitar world, I need to get out there, and everybody needs to know that I'm building and I'm here and my guitars are killer. And that only happens if I'm out there and put them in people's hands. And I'll have that opportunity through I'll be out in the local music scene more now,
And Ben's solution when stuff kind of hits the fan is he tries to power through it, and sometimes he fails, and sometimes he decides it's time for a nap.
Sometimes it really is time for a nap. Also, probably very seldom do you ever stop the song, right? You just keep going and you get to the end. If I was going to get Sparkle, I think it would be a Gretsch Duo 6120. Yeah, of course.
I am right there with that decision. Oh, wow. Octopus ears. Wow, I feel weird. I just got offered a puppy for one of his guitars.
Oh, that's really tough. You could, how cool is the puppy? Because you might take it and just name it Kramer.
Well,
right? Whatever it is. That's awesome.
This is what you want to. Could you tune a puppy?
Somebody kidnaps my dog, and they're like, I want the Carvin. They hold him for ransom for the Carvin. Oh man, that would be terrible. I would need to get definitely get Jason Bourne involved on that one.
Hello, John Duchesne. Welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Terry, you're right. I am not on Sweetwater. They won't have me.
It's a minor oversight. We're working on it.
Getting on Sweetwater?
Yeah.
There might be a Presley in their used section. They've come up on Guitar Center. I've had people contact me because you can contact me if you call me. Usually my phone number's out there. My phone number is now, I think I updated it, Charles. It's now on my YouTube and all that. So just call me. But people have texted me and called me saying, hey, I saw your guitar here and I try to remember back, because at this point I'm almost at 50 guitars. And so I'll be like, oh, and I can usually remember and know and give them the best I can about the guitar. Most of them, 90% of my stuff's been plaqued. So, with another setup, it should play great. Sweetwater rep called Herb today. They're reaching out Friday. It's kind of what you do on a Friday, right? You got a little bit of time. Is that John's actual number?
Oh yeah.
He should have put 867-5309. 867-5309.
So Herb's Sweetwater rep called him this week, and apparently they're going to have Foreigner in the store.
Ben.
So,
which one? I'm sorry, Charles. Herb said what?
Herb said so Sweetwater rep called them today, and they're going to have Foreigner in the store this weekend.
What is the Foreigner? Oh, they're going to have the band Foreigner?
I would imagine the band Foreigner, yeah.
Oh. Maybe they're just going to have some guy from he's going to be a foreigner in it, and he's just one foreigner is going to be in it. I don't know where I am, but I'm in Sweetwater now, and they said that the foreigner must come. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. I'm a foreigner in my own land.
Oh.
Can you hear the sustain?
There is some sustain there, yeah. It does ring out nicely, yeah.
I just shook the earth. Actually, if people in California, you're probably going to get one of those earthquake drill things on your cell phone, because I just strummed a Presley Custom, and it just sends out so much vibration. All right, I'm kidding. Not that much.
So I guess Guitar Man 45. I guess Bo was responding to that Sweetwater thing with Foreigner. Says, "Oh yeah, they called me and told me I can go. Asked him if he can go."
They were trying to give out tickets. They're asking. They're trying to fill up that. The Foreigner is really good though. I mean, they've been doing it so long. Some people can just go on stage and just, oh, dude, thank you. We got to hang out. It'd be pretty fun. That's why we're all doing here. We're hanging out. This is, believe it or not, I tone it down a little bit because when I'm at school. But when I'm with the kids at school, I'm never not myself because I figure you freaking hired me, right? And I was this way in the interview. Like I was kind of myself in the interview because I figured I might as well be myself because it's going to fire me later when they find out who I am. So like in the interview, they asked me, Charles, you'll love this because you're a teacher too.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a student who had a difficult series of algebra problems, what might you do to help this student? Right. This is what they asked me in my interview before I had the job. You know what I told them? I said, well, I would find a better teacher. And then I would probably sit there with that teacher and try to learn algebra because I don't know anything about algebra. And they still hired me. So now guess what they did this second year? They stuck me in algebra.
Did they now?
I guess that means that's good. It means that they see a long term, like we want this guy to learn algebra, but I'm like, shit, I have to learn algebra. That's tough. I'd rather just play guitar. Just give me some. I'd rather try to learn these Prince chords. Prince chords are difficult. Like up here. Who? What? Why? Come on. And he had little fingers. He must have played a half-scale guitar. I'm kidding. He didn't actually play a half-scale guitar.
And let's see. So, Crispy and NYC, apparently it's a 1992 classic. That's pretty
1992. Cool. We were talking about 1989, and somebody said how Taylor Swift was born in 1989. That's a good year. Mm-hmm.
So Ryan Hall is just want you to know his youngest son is a teacher who is teaching English in Japan.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Someday Ryan will have to go through my Japan story, which is a hardcore story. It's a thing that happens to stupid people that go to Japan.
And of course, our buddy Herb, he just retired from teaching. And they called him back. And guess what subject? I wonder, is it algebra?
Algebra. Hopefully, dude. Hopefully, hopefully it's just like foundations where you can kind of skate through, and it's not like something that you really need to think about, which is cool too, but not 5 periods a day all the time. Like I have to do it 3 times a week, and it's tough. Hey man, Herb, thank you for teaching, and thank you for going back because these kids, and he knows this if he's currently teaching. These kids need it. They need help.
They definitely, they can use some help.
And I'm not saying like the kids just need help because I think that the pandemic threw a wrench in everything. Like these kids probably would have been on better track. But there sometimes you get there and I'm looking at the problem too, like, oh, what the hell? But at least I got the answer key underneath. So I know that I'm on track. And then they really don't know what the hell's going on. But I do my best to try to teach the youth to not be stupid.
So Jay Santiago, he graduated from high school in 1989, the same school David Hasselhoff graduated from.
Oh, David Hasselhoff. The footage of him drunk eating a cheeseburger on the floor. Have you seen it? It's hardcore, dude. And here's the thing. That's one of the things people bring it up and they were trying to make fun of the whole thing. And I was like, that's the problem with too much footage of everything. Because a lot of people, maybe me, have been drunk on the floor eating a cheeseburger, explaining how that's totally okay. And just now that they got cell phones and can record it and put it online, that's hardcore. Dave, I'm sorry that happened, bro. And you know what? You can come over to my pad and have a beer and a cheeseburger anytime. We'll hang out.
A beer and a cheeseburger solves a lot of things. I'm just saying.
And I think he got it all back together. He was just skating down. Sometimes you skate downhill until you hit a fence or something, and then you got to collect yourself and get back together. You can't. He was like getting hammered. What is up with the Hoff? I haven't heard about the Hoff. Do we have a?
Well, remember that whole video that came out with Meat and Cheeseburger? His kids filmed that. His kids picked up on it.
I get it, and that was a moment, right? I wrote a song about my brother when he was at a pinnacle moment, and like there is that. But I'm glad that cell phones weren't around when I was in my prime of doing terrible stuff.
Yeah, Rico B is right. He was huge in Germany. He had 3 or 4 albums there. Would pack the stadiums over there. It's amazing. But we do have a guest, Seth.
Bring him in.
All right.
What up, guys?
Well, hello there. How you doing, Brent?
Happy Friday night, guys.
Happy Friday night.
What's crack-a-lacking? He's got a guitar, and he's ready to go.
Guitar. He is an absolutely beautiful guitar, and
oh my god! Oh wait,
has to throw this thing
thank
off.
you. This is very rewarding to have this kind of moment. Let me bond with this instrument. I think I should come and visit it and perhaps do a double stop and power chord. Mm-hmm. Wow.
It is just absolutely beautiful.
Got the red back on it.
Beauteous.
And I was watching your show announcement earlier today, and actually I've watched it a couple times, and I was just staring at that guitar, just staring at it.
It's amazing. I'm loving it. You set up in D standard with 11s right now, and I just put the lightweight, or I put the ABR bridge and the lightweight tailpiece on it, so it's pretty dialed right now.
11 to 52.
11 to 49, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Ben wants to know if he can borrow that, Brent.
With a wound G or with a plain G?
I mean, Ben Coombs come to NAMM this year.
Right? Well, yeah, NAMM, I don't know if I want to drive down to LA or not. I've been thinking about taking the train down. That'd be kind of cool. If my buddy Todd is not touring, I would go with him. That'd be fun.
So, what year is that?
It's 2009.
2009.
2009 traditional.
It is
so solid body, no chambering, no funny electronics. It's just a straightforward Les Paul.
Hey, you have a thing. Your microphone is going into a processor that's coming into your computer.
Just
when you talk,
interface.
An interface, bro. Charles, that's what we need to get, dude.
Yeah, we could use we could maybe think about that
because he sounds way better. Like you said, go ahead and talk.
Talking, test.
Yeah, man, he sounds way better than we do. To play some guitar, you plugged into the interface.
He's a professional. He's a professional. We're amateurs.
No, I'm not a professional at all.
Charles, I have 123 followers, bro. I'm about ready for world domination.
Oh. So Rico B has an idea. He thinks I need to use your backdrop to wrap a guitar.
Oh,
hey, it could work.
That could work. Mm-hmm. Hey, you ever put on one of your favorite T-shirts, and when you take it off of the hanger, the armpits feel like they're made out of leather? It's like so much build up over the years, and
I don't like to think about that. I
have to retire.
I don't think my shirts last that long.
Because this has been a favorite. Like the Diadario has been a favorite, but then it's getting into the leather armpit zone.
Oh yeah, see, I don't even let it go that far. That's already.
Oh, bro, I let clothes go until they tatter and fall.
That's the way to do it.
Some people have to be stylish though. I don't have to be stylish.
See my. I don't know why this does this sometimes. I want to see if there's something I can do about it.
About what?
Yeah, I've turned up your mic about as much as I can. You sound good, but it's quieter.
What about this? Is that better?
It still sounds smooth as butter, but it's a lower volume.
It's really low, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good now.
Actually, sounds like it's kind of creepy in my house. It sounds like you're coming from behind. Are you actually back there, bro?
They're saying it's coming out of just the. I'm basically hard pan left.
Hard pan left. Who said hard pan left? Did somebody say hard pan left in the chat?
Someone listening through earphones, I'm sure.
Terry 3G.
Yeah.
Octo's coming out of the left channel.
Live chat. Okay, there we go. I'm terrible at computers, y'all.
But so tell us about the journey of getting this guitar.
Is that any different? Is that better or worse?
It's the same.
Same. Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Let's just run with it. But tell us about the journey for you grabbing up this piece of equipment here.
Oh man, this is my Les Paul journey. It's been a long time coming. I played. This is why I know I'm crazy. I would even consider getting rid of this to chase down the original one that I was, basically gassing after.
Which is what?
To a Guitar Center in 2005, 2006, there was a faded standard. It was a 50s faded standard and Lemon Burst. And it had
Guitar Center in Emeryville, California?
In Sacramento, California.
Oh, all right.
And, oh, hey, what's up, Ryan? Sorry. That guitar really got me, but it's like I couldn't afford it, and I was in high school still, so I couldn't afford it, and I saved up some money to try to get it, and then they raised the prices on them, and they're harder to get, and I could never chase one down, and then I really got bit by the bug when I was in San Francisco for my birthday with Laz and some friends. And I was at Real Guitars and played a custom shop. It was okay. So let me get this right. It was a Gibson custom shop, Les Paul custom Lemon Burst. So it wasn't like your typical custom. It was a Lemon Burst, but it was also a custom shop. It's hard to say. I don't know.
It was like what, $6,000 or $7,000?
They were asking $5,000 for it.
Yep.
And it was probably worth more than that. Truth be told.
Yeah, they Real Guitars. I dealt with those. I fixed all their guitars. I used to work right there at SF Guitar Works, like 3 blocks away.
Huh.
Well, you have an interesting relationship with gear though, because you always seem to be chasing something, right?
Yeah, I really am, but that's why what's fun about it is, I mean, to this point, there's been a few guitars where I'm like, okay, this will end my chase kind of thing, and it just something else just ends up catching my eye. So that's part of the fun. Truthfully, it's like, okay, when I get this, what's going to be the next thing? Like what? Yeah. I'm curious about what's through the door. That's kind of what it is.
When you get the next one, sometimes it's like you chase it for so long, and then you get it, and you realize that it has a couple more aspects of the Holy Grail. Or it's because the Holy Grail, I mean, come on, dude. Like the Holy Grail is actually not just, it could maybe be one guitar, but the Holy Grail is usually a balance of like a couple. Like, I don't think that it's just one. Like, I need more than one guitar. I got to have a Strat in the mix, and I need humbuckers around the house, or I can't get by to do what I do. It takes both.
Well, for me, it's always I love to chase something. Right? I'd love to find not only the thing, but get a bargain on it as well. Right? If I can get it well below, right, then it's okay. Right.
Right.
Jay Santiago, fucking cracking me up.
Well, Josh says he wishes we could play his 08 Gibson Standard 60s Ebony. It has the mojo and it weighs 7 pounds even.
7 pounds. That is good.
That's great from yeah.
Yeah, that's unbelievably light.
Yeah, Randy. The one of Charles's built, or Charles and my collaboration was the Holy Grail for my buddy's daughter. She played everything. She played 10 guitars, and I think that it was the aesthetic of that guitar that really bonded her to it, because they all play relatively. I set them up, generally the same. So,
okay, I bet I fixed my mic actually.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Rico. Oh, Rico's got a good one.
Yeah, Rico's got a good question. Right? Excuse us. So he wants to know, what he suggested. What do we suggest they all do Sunday morning after a Tony show, and while they wait for the next show. And so This Sunday, you don't need to worry about it because I will be live with Ben, and so we'll still have a Sunday show, and I'm contemplating maybe doing continuing having a Sunday show in a different format, maybe with a separate co-host. If anyone is interested, reach out and maybe we could work something out.
You could do something on a Sunday. So the reason we started Guitar Safari was me and Charles always chatting during Tony's show, and me eventually reaching out and saying, dude, we need to do live after Tony. I wanted to call it LAT, live after Tony, because it really was just going to hang out with all the people that we were already chatting with on his show. And then that morphed into, well, should we call it guitars and giggles? And we went through a whole bunch of different things. And then I said, well, my number one video, which is not that many hits, but it's like 700 hits or whatever, is called Guitar Safari. And it's something I've always used to describe to people about like what I do. People say, well, what's your hobby? And I say, oh, well, guitar and Guitar Safari, because I go out. And so that's what we use the Guitar Safari name for. So we're just doing Guitar Safari on Friday nights now, but then there's going to be something on Sunday, right?
Right. Well, I think Ben is politely letting me know he cannot be my co-host.
Right. Every week. You're going to need people to come in, but, there's people do want to hang out on Sundays. It's just I got to get up and go to work. The reason why we're not doing on Sundays, we don't want to step on it would be mean to like broadcast at the same time that Tony does so that I can go to work on time. So that's not really cool. We don't want to cut into that. So success, guys.
Well, you know how to reach me, buddy. You know how to reach me.
And hopefully people that know our show, like, we'll record it Friday nights. We'll be here hanging out Friday nights instead of coffee. And then it'll be fun, and they'll want to watch replays and get into whatever we're chatting about.
So Herb says start with Bo. He has loads of gear. And so we'll start with Bo, and we'll do like a guitar show. And that'll take me 10 years from now.
I'm there.
Here you go.
Pedal a week, and you can go for 10 years.
I would love to
that's so funny.
Collection.
Random co-hosts, right? Just do
everything random co-host every week, yeah.
Yeah, do it like a bingo wheel and reach in, and hopefully they're there, and you can just send them the link.
So Brett, tell us a little bit more about your Wednesday show that you're getting ready to start.
That's for her.
There's not a whole lot to say except for I guess it's it's going to be Wednesdays. I'm going to try to do it around 10 o'clock, but I'm not dead set on the time. If the time changes, I'm okay with that. But I was thinking something in the morning, but it's one of those days where it's just kind of wide open as far as a lot of the shows I watch. There's not too many people streaming that day on YouTube that I watch on Wednesdays, so just seemed like an opening, and I kind of like the idea of being able to talk about what I want to talk about and jam on some guitar and just chat with people and hang out and make something of it,
That's going to be fun.
I'm looking forward to it, and since I usually work from home on Wednesdays, I should have it going on in the background while I work, unless I'm actually training a class. So I'm looking forward to that, buddy.
Man, people are still having trouble hearing me.
I'm not seeing that.
Well, Ryan did just say that.
Yeah. Ryan said it. Yep, but you know what? I think if you go to your little skibby scammy scrimmer scrawl and you hit the jibber jabber and you have to push it 3 scribble links to the left, the jibber jabber will pick it right up. Because I know all the technicians and the technology. Yeah,
okay, that's got to fix it, right?
It's far worse. It's worse than it's ever been.
Now
it's gone downhill.
Yeah.
You're like my ex-marriage. You went from bad to worse.
That's all right. Well, we've got a whole 6 minutes left to show anyway. So go ahead. You may want to turn it back down where you had it before, Brett.
Okay.
Because it was like all scratchy now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right. So, I want to wish you good luck with that show. I'm really looking forward to it.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, hopefully I get all these little things figured out. Dude,
it took me. If you saw my cell phone shows where people were sending me 20 damn texts during the cell phone, all my family that hung out and still is with us, even through that. That's how we know you're good people. Because it was terrible. Those were bad times.
Well, no, but I love you guys' show, man. I definitely hope it keeps rolling the way it is. Even on a different day, and hopefully, I want to push you guys a little bit here to go a little longer than an hour sometimes. Maybe not every week.
The problem, though,
maybe the thing is
the attention span. There's a couple shows that I won't even get into, and I like the shows. But if they run an hour and a half or whatever, I can't commit to the replay because you know what I mean? Like an hour, and I get it. But there's a couple of shows that I really like.
You're talking about, you're more entertaining than them, so don't worry about it.
But I used to love drifting, like driving race cars, and there's these guys that do a really great drift show called The Circle of Drift. And I'm like, I should be on that because I'm a good perspective from a guy that like hung out with the guys that were really famous. They got famous, but I never really pursued it because I love my regular job. And but they run their podcast for like 3 hours, and every time I get the notification, and there's my other guys that are surfers that do a 1 hour thing, and they do exactly 1 hour, and they do it every week or whenever they're both not on away surfing across the world, and I watch it every week. That's why I appreciate you, dude, that you could hang out. You got to come over. You're local. You got to come over and have a barbecue here in Fairfax and Hippie Town.
That'd be great.
Play some guitar. Because if you can hang out with me for an hour online, then not that many people can hang out. I'm a little annoying. So.
You're good. You're full.
I'm actually not that bad. It'd be all right.
You're a cool dude, man.
And the streets here, I don't make anybody stay. People can leave. They're not closed, so it's like you can get out.
Well, but I really appreciate you saying that because it's a small little show and we're having a lot of fun doing it. And the fact that, people would like us to go longer is incredible.
No, and it's so much fun. Our people, we actually need to have, just like we had you on, we need to have people on all the time.
That'd be cool.
I think it's funny that, anyway, I think it's funny that sometimes we got people. How many subscribers do you have? A lot?
Me? No.
I have more than 123.
No, I have less than that.
Oh, well, dude, then welcome to the club. I love that. I think that we're the
right?
kind of the cool kids zone where like there's these people hanging out with 5,000 followers actually, and some people have amazing content too. Like our guys that L&M Guitar Corner, they're so good. Ben Coombs on all the time has committed a life to making guitar content. So good. Yeah. Charles 75N, pretty good.
Not so much.
Love that guy. Actually love that guy. And Charles, cheers to you. And being buds through this whole thing. I didn't necessarily want to go get a job on Sunday, but teaching rock to little kids, maybe in 5 years' time, there'll be some kid that I start teaching and he'll be like badass, the next whatever, Greta Van Sweep. And he'll be doing whatever they do. They'll play half through computers and they'll have a cyborg robot hand with AI doing this. And then he'll be a success and it'll be because of me.
Well, the bottom line is we need more teachers. So good on you for doing that.
Man. Thanks, man.
Well, Brett, we're going to be heading out here in a minute, but could you show off this beautiful guitar one more time for us?
I want to hear it. Yeah, totally. And can you hear? Can you
I
play?
might be able to get it going if you guys want.
Yeah,
sure.
Oof! All of the flamage.
Yeah,
but not close together. Not like pinstripe. Like it's got so much of it chatoyant when you move it. It's like got that good.
Yeah, I like that. It's not just
pinstripe,
kind of like checkerboard or whatever.
Overdone, right? Yeah. I mean, some of those can look good too. Don't get me wrong. If you got a very striped guitar, I'm not shitting on you. Look at me. I'm addicted to sparkle finish.
Yeah. Well.
Next Friday, I'll show off the body that I paid $400 for a year and a half ago. I think I already showed it off. But
you're going to have to tell me if you can hear me or not. I can't tell.
Nope. All right. Nope.
No.
There. Yep.
Here you go.
Is that loud or not?
It's me. Yeah, it's totally doable.
I love this. Marcia Marie says, if LP is in the dictionary, that should be the picture.
Sounds good, dude.
Definitely going to think about that on Blue. We'd love to have you on.
All right, well, he's playing us out.
Thank you, everybody, for making the Friday show. This will be our regular time from now on. And so please stay with us and keep coming back. And thanks for Octopus here for coming on in and showing off this beautiful guitar and playing us on out tonight. Have a great evening, folks. Have a good one, Randy. Our 1952 International J. Santiago Marshall Murray, Christina Lexi for Berthel, Bonkers Ben, and everyone else that's been in here tonight. We're going to go ahead and end that stream now. Brett, thank you so much. This is absolutely beautiful. Appreciate you, brother.
Right on.